average was $42,000 a year.
$42,000?
Yeah, yeah.
For a rookie?
Yeah, for a rookie.
In this video, I have a very special interview with Paula. This woman, she is a medical assistant. She's been doing it for a couple of years now, and I just want to interview her so she can give you a little bit of idea what it's like to be a medical assistant, what is the healthcare system like, what is the culture like. So we'll go ahead and get straight into it. Paula, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Paula. I have been a medical assistant for the last 4 years. I've been in the medical field for actually more than 4 years. I've been a CNA before. I worked in dietary aid as well. Dietary aid is people that work in the kitchen, like at nursing homes and hospitals and stuff like that. So I've been in healthcare for quite a while sometime. And I am originally from New York area, but now I live down in Florida, and I am 27 years old. So I've been in the game for a little bit.
All right, so Paula, I have a few questions I want to ask you here.
Go ahead.
And the first question I have for you is, what made you become a medical assistant?
Well, long story, but very short. What made me become a medical assistant was, actually, I wasn't going to become a medical assistant originally. I was originally going into LPN program. That's a licensed practitioner nurse. I was actually looking into going to that field. I was actually studying to go into that field originally, but I also just in case, because it was it's a competitive program. So for me to get into the program, you have to like pass tests and you know, and get into it. So I had a backup plan. I said, let me try medical assistant as a backup. That was just a backup plan, just to say, hey, if I don't get to LPN, I have medical assistant I can probably get into or so, because I was out of school for a little time, because originally I was going for my RN, registered nursing, and I couldn't get in, squeeze in. I failed the test like twice. So I said, all right, let me backtrack, let me start becoming a CNA and then work my way up and stuff. So but back to the LPN, I was going to school, and I became, I got a call from the medical assistant program saying, hey, we have an opening for the medical assistant. So I just got the opportunity, and I didn't go with the LPN program. So
as the second question I have for you is, do you operate with a team? Is it a family business, or are you a travel medical assistant agent? Like, what is it like?
I operate solo, I would say. At the practice that I am working at right now currently, I would say solo. Traveling, I mean, our doctors that I work for, they used to have a different office where I used to travel back and forth between 2 offices, but now it's just one.
The next question I have for you is, what job did you do before becoming a medical assistant?
Before I was a medical assistant, I was working as a CNA, a certified nursing assistant in a nursing home. That's what I was originally doing before I became a medical assistant, yes. And
was there any other jobs that you did before you even thought about pursuing into the medical career? The jobs I had before was a certified nursing assistant, and I also become a dietary aid, working in a nursing homes. Yes, I would say that before I even got into the medical field and make sure that I wanted to do medical, I actually volunteer at a hospital here in Florida, and it opened up my eye of seeing how it was. And they put me into the ER department, so it opened my eye to say, if this is something that you really want, you know. And at that time, I wanted to just, you know, if I want to become an RN, if that's what I want. And working into that, I realized the ER ain't for me. But the medical, I do like the medical side to it, but I was just like, ER department is a little bit, if you're not used to gloriness, like I said, gloriness is as in like glora and stuff like that. If, you know, seeing people that's been shot, people that's been coming in there sick, with somebody broken bones, I mean, wow, it ain't for you, you know. I would say that. My next question I have for you is, are you a full-time or a part-time medical assistant? Like, how many days and hours do you do a week? Good question. I am currently a full-time medical assistant. I work 40 hours a week. And what was the last part? I'm sorry. I was just saying, how many days or how many hours? Like 5 days, 4 days? Yeah, 5 days a week I work. Monday through Friday. I'm off on the weekends. That's a good thing. Wow, that's good. So my next question I have for you is, how long did it take you to get your medical assistant certification? I would say it was about less than a year.
less than 1 year to get it done. I started in August 2018 and ended by June 2019. I was graduating, yeah.
So less than a year, and that was it?
That was it.
And you're able to go into the healthcare field, help people, and make money?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, less than a year to do that. All the stuff that you had to do, yeah. Clinicals and everything.
Do y'all hear this? Less than a year, she was able to change her life. So for example, I'm just gonna put it in perspective for you. If you're a 34-year-old man right now, and you want to change your life, you go to school for your medical assistant certification, and by the time you turn 35, you'll be able to make the type of money she's making. You'll be able to help people, change people's lives. You'll be able just to make the world a better place. You'll actually be contributing to your society, to your country, to your state, whatever it is. 1 year, she was able to get her certificate and also get a job and make money. That is amazing right there. This is what this channel is about: changing your life and being a better version of yourself. This is what I'm talking about.
Yes, and also in my class, I actually had 50-year-olds that was in my class.
Do y'all hear this?
Going back to school. Yup, people were in their 50s going back to school in the medical assistant program that I had did, yes.
So right now, if you're in your 40s or 50s, you have no excuse. If you want to change your life, less than a year, you heard what she said, less than a year, she went to school, graduated, did all the tests, everything, and now she's able to change her life, making good money now in the healthcare.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. That was amazing. The next question I have for you is, what did a typical school day look for you when you were pursuing your medical assistant career?
Good question. Actually, we were actually full-time students. We were starting by 9 o'clock in the morning and I believe ending by 4. It's like a full day, Monday through Friday. That was a typical school days, Monday through Friday. And when you get to your clinicals, the class was 1 day a week, and then you still have those 4 days to do clinicals. So it's a full day, full day. You're in school for hours, yeah. And they teach all type of subjects, different, everything to help you to get into the field, yes, in the medical field.
But that's amazing. This is what I'm talking about. She sacrificed 1 year of her life and she was able to turn around her entire life. She was working at these other jobs, dietary aid, etc. And within 1 year, she was able to go from those small jobs, and they're not small. We need all these type of people in our society. But she was able to scale. She was able to go higher and higher with education. So for anybody out there that say getting a trade or certification or something like that is not worth it, that's a lie. It's completely worth it. You can change your life. I'm telling you, people. The next question I have for you is, what are good studying habits to have? What are some things that you did to make you learn faster and better and be able to actually ace the test like that?
You mean like ace finals?
Yeah, any type of habit that you can give a person that wanted to go into the medical field, some type of studying tips.
Definitely studying tips is like study when you can. Some people would say, I would say like 2 hours a day, or even an hour a day. But you don't do it just like sit down in 2 hours, you just study in a book, or study in flashcards or whatever you may do it. The best way is to, for me, that helps me, is you break it up in 15-20 minutes or 30 minutes at a time when you're studying. And it's for example, I'm on my lunch break. I'll take, lunch break is 30 minutes. I'll take 15 minutes, study a little on flashcards, because I use flashcards to help me study. Flashcards for a little bit, eat my lunch or so, and and if I have another break or another time, let's say I'm at home or something, I'll take another 15-20 minutes, look over things, do something, come back. I don't just study just straight 2 hours, because for me it doesn't help me. So I always encourage people to just set aside, say I want to study for an hour, but break it down 10 minutes at a time. If you want to go straight for an hour and that works for you, that's good for you. So I would just say take your time and do things. Don't overburden yourself, because when I was in the program, there was a time where you had tests every single week. Every week you were getting tested on a Friday. So in that, the whole time of the week that you have, either from school or so, get up a little extra early, study a little bit, or even after class, study a little bit of the material that you have gone over.
Wow, that's very good. Make sure y'all take heed what you just said.
Yes.
Break it down. You don't have to study in 2 hours completely. You can break it down 15-20 minutes. Be able, that way you're refreshing your brain that way, instead of just cramming everything in that 1 or 2 hours.
Yes.
The next question I have for you is, how long were you studying for per day? But you kind of answered that. You said about maybe 2 hours or an hour. It depends.
Yeah, it depends. Especially when it came down for me to get certified. That way you have, once you finish the program, you have to take a test to be certified actually. That time I was studying 2 hours a day. I would set aside 2 hours, but still break it down in time. Right. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Would you recommend working while in school for being a medical assistant? So would you say do both, go to school and work, or would you say just go to school, or what would you do?
I would say what is best for you. For me, on the top of it, I had to work. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. I had to work because I had to at least have money for money for gas, for transportation at least. I would definitely say that it's up to that person how your lifestyle is. If you're able to not work, kudos to you. That's good. That's very good. Kudos to you. Because I had people that I know didn't work the whole year. Did not work. These were more of there were some people that their family can help them, support them, and whatever they may have, you know. For me, it was on a different case. I had family to support, yes, but I still had to support myself.
You were a hustler, basically. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I had to work. There was no if. When you're in the program, any medical program, they would directly straight up and tell you, do not work while you're in the program. Every program, like, you know, I've been to seminars, even registered nurse, they're saying you can't work during this. You're not supposed to. Medical assistant, you're not supposed to. CNA, you're not supposed to work. Yeah, okay. Who gonna pay my bills? Like, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got phone bill. I'm being real. Like, I got my phone bill. I got gas. I gotta pay insurance. Like, these are type of things that you gotta think of, consider it. You know, if you're a person that's saying that, okay, I can't balance the two, save her for about a year or 2 years or something. So when you get into the programs and stuff, you have some money and budgeting correctly. That's another way people can do. But I'm being real. I needed some money. Shoot, I needed my eyebrows waxed. I need my hair done. I'm not gonna lie to y'all people. Okay.
Okay, another question I have for you is, how much money does a rookie medical assistant make on average? On average,
when I searched up recently the Bureau of Statistics, or Bureau of Labor Statistics, they were saying on average was $42,000 a year.
$42,000?
Yeah.
For a rookie?
Yeah, for a rookie. You guys can search that up too. And I think...
And we're talking for America.
For America. I know in Florida here, it's a little different, but go ahead.
$42,000. So, back to what I was saying. Go and get the certificate less than a year, and you'll be able to make $42,000 coming out as a rookie medical assistant. That is crazy. I don't think y'all understand that $42,000 a year. That's a lot of money, even after taxes. Wow, $42,000.
That's how much is the Bureau saying the medium of overall medical assistants in different states is the overall average.
So if we're in Florida, let's say the average is probably, I'm just saying 30,000, right? If you're in somewhere expensive like California or New York, you'll be making roughly what, 42 or above, 50, 60 as a rookie.
Yeah, it depends on your state. Like Florida here, I was looking it up, I think it was around $38,000.
$38,000, wow.
Yeah, so it all depends on what your area is. Yeah.
My next question I have for you is, what is the most money a medical assistant can make? What is the cap? Is it 200 grand, 300 grand, 150? Is there any cap to it, or you can just keep going,
Honestly, I didn't know that one for exactly. I know it's not no 100K. There's no way. You can make it a lot. It believes like it should be, if you're in a manager position, if you're an administrating part of it or so, yeah, you can make up a good money for that, you know, with years experience, but I can't tell you offhand which one it is.
Do you think people become medical assistants just for the money, or do you think they really become one to help the public?
I would say to that question it's 50-50, being honest. It's 50-50. There's people that goes into it because it's a career that you're guaranteed that you can get a job into. And then there's the other 50% is people that actually genuinely care for people and just want to make a difference. And sometimes it's not just about caring, it's just like going bigger and beyond and things. Yeah.
What is your worst patient story? I want to hear this one.
Man, there is so many stories. I don't know. I'll give us a story when I was a CNA, and I'll give a story when I was a medical assistant. Okay, for a CNA, I believe that the worst one that I definitely had was when I had a patient. It was actually a resident. I was working in a nursing home at a time, and I had a resident that me and the other employee were helping change the resident. And I remembered that when we pulled, it was a female, we pulled her to one side because she was a heavyset lady. We pulled her to one side, and the side that I was on, because just imagine there's a bed and one person's on one side, the other person on the opposite side, and we roll the woman on one side. And I remember when we rolled her on one side and I was trying to move, she pooped. And it wasn't like, that wasn't poop, like that's that other word I can't say on camera. But it splattered, and I moved so quick. I never moved so quick in my life. Yo, it was like that fart poop, yo. It spread all over on the walls, on the bed, everything.
Oh my God.
But I thank God that I moved so quick. I swear, so quick. So that sucker won't get me, man. And I remember, like, that same individual person, like, bro, we had to clean up all of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the nasty side of being a certified nursing assistant. If you work in a nursing home, you're gonna see some nasty things in a nursing home. But I moved so quick out of there, man. It was like, yo, when I came home, bro, all of that clothes, even before I get into my car, I have to strip naked. I had to, like, literally strip, because I don't care. Like, it could be, man, it could be like Shark Tank. I don't, even though I moved so fast, I was like, no, man. That, I remember that. And I remember that same patient we were cleaning, yo, it was a lady, and like, she had dementia and all of that type of stuff. And I remember that time she called us the N-word, me and this other girl, you know. And I was just like, really? After all of that. But you know, it's just, when you work in this, like, in the medical field ain't for the weak. I'm telling you, the medical field ain't for the weak. You're gonna have people that are gonna call you out your name, say things, but you cannot take it to heart. You really can't.
So she had dementia and called y'all the N-word.
Yeah.
So her dementia wasn't that bad. If she could still remember to call you the N-word, her dementia wasn't that bad.
Man,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Another resident heard it and they were like, hey, like, be nice and stuff like that. But I'm just telling y'all, that's just one story. So the worst medical assistant stories that I would have to say is, one of them is being when I work in the front desk area as the receptionist also. I would definitely say there was one time I had an individual that they've been to our facility a couple times, but they're elderly and they got mad that I didn't give them proper directions. But I'm like, I gave them as much as I can. You've been here at least 2-3 times. And I remember the wife of the patient was had called me names, had called me an idiot and dumb and all of that. And I remember getting so mad that I wanted to curse this person out, but I can't do that. You know, that's what I would say one of the worst. And another one would be, I had another person individually was mad at me because he has to pay certain money out of his pocket. And the thing about it is that with insurance, when you have health insurance, there's this part that you have to pay a copay, or called co-insurance. It's still considered a copay you have to pay. So in person, they have met their deductible of the year, but I still say you still have to pay a certain portion of, you know, your co-insurance. They got flipped out, they got mad at me or whatever. They threatened, say, oh, I'm gonna call my insurance company, blah, 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 all of this and stuff, and walked out the office and everything. Wow. And I I was calling my boss at the time, but I couldn't reach them because they were not in the office at the time. And I let my boss know what the situation was going on, because people really think like it's a whole situation. But just to make sure, yeah, he got mad, walked out. You know, he did call his insurance. You know, they were trying to call the office. I ain't picking up nothing, because I'm not about to sit up here and argue with you with nothing. I was like, whatever. We get a letter or something. But patients like that, you don't need in the office that gets upset and throw a tantrum in the waiting room. No.
Right. What is your best patient story? What are some patients, whether medical assistant, CNN, whatever you did, CNA, what are just something that you always remember, you take to the grave with you, like it was a fun moment, that patient was just amazing?
I would definitely say it would be half of the patients that actually says thank you. It's, you know, thank you is goes a very long way, you know. just saying thank you. And I have patients that I literally had helped them when anytime they needed trouble. Like there's one in particular patient that I can't say his name, but there's one in particular patient that I have that he ended up in the hospital a few times, but you know, before he ends up in the hospital, he will call the office and say, hey, I need this medication, or hey, this, that, and I have saved him a couple times before he even goes to the hospital. But because he's a chronic COPD patient, that's it's a chronic COPD, stands for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and there's other diseases that he has, other like diabetes, hypertension, all of that. So he's a person that if you don't take care of him and so in time, he could end up in the hospital. But there's times like this man, I have saved him a lot of times. The doctors have saved him, you know, and he just says thank you like thanks you so much. It's like he really, really appreciates you. It's those patients that says thank you at the end of the day. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. I hope he's still alive to this day.
No, he's still alive.
That's good.
He's still alive. We try to get him to stay out of the hospitals. We don't want patients to be in hospitals. You know, try to go to your primary care doctor as much as you can, but there's just certain times, certain situations. For example, if we're not there on the weekends, you know, we try to even be there, you know, and it's like answer services and stuff, but there's just sometimes you just can't. You're just not there, so you know.
What is your work-life balance like?
Work-life balance life? You work Monday through Friday and chill on the weekends.
What type of setting do you prefer to work? In hospitals, doctor's offices, or nursing homes? Like, what do you prefer to work in when you're helping the public?
For me, I definitely like working in doctor's offices. That's my type of field. Medical assistants can't work in hospitals. I don't think nursing homes. I'm not sure on that. Definitely, you can work. Yeah, urgent cares, you can work all over, but definitely my preference is doctor offices. It's just, yeah. My
next question I have for you is, what do you do when you have stressful, busy days?
Stressful, busy days, what I do is go off to the side, either in the bathroom, either in a small area just away from where patients and doctors are. Even if you can, just a small quiet space. I'll basically say like the bathroom, and just take deep breaths and stuff. For me, I definitely pray to God.
Pray to God.
Yeah, pray to God, say a scripture in my head, sing a song in my head, or so, to ease that tension. Yes.
Right. What are some good character traits that a good medical assistant should have? Good traits
you're a person that, I would say for a medical assistant, you have to have good listening skills. You got to have good, definitely know how to, vitals. I would say they'll teach you in school and stuff how to take vitals. That's like taking blood pressure, you know, the basic blood pressure. You'll take your oximetry, you will take temperature. I would say that. I would say also good characteristics would definitely be, you just have to be a good-hearted person. You cannot be harsh. I have seen people that they talk too harsh to people, and I don't like that.
Medical assistants talking harsh to the public?
Yeah. There's in the medical field, sometimes there'll be people that are difficult. So I would definitely say you have to be there for that patient. You have to sit there, listen to them. You gotta just have a good heart, I would say. So that's why when you go back to the other question, you're saying, does people go into it for money, or they go in it for actually helping people? And when you are a healthcare provider or healthcare professional or somewhere in the healthcare, that's where that comes in. If you're a person that's a good heart, a person that likes to help people, a person that listens to a person, you don't take charge, when I say take charge, don't try to overpower somebody. Those are the type of people that goes into that field because they want to help somebody. People that want to go into the field for the money version, you know how they are. You can tell they don't like you. Those are the ones with the attitudes. Those are the ones that want to get through the day. You know the difference when you meet somebody that's in the healthcare field that wants to help versus don't want to help.
And you know, I just want to add my 2 cents onto that. That's very true. You can notice even in the hospitals, like a quick story. I went to the ER one time. I had chest pain and stuff, and we had 2 different nurses. I stayed there for about, it was 4 or 5 days. And one nurse, she was very nice to me. She was like, sweetie, you need anything to eat? You need help? Let me refill this for you, refill that for you. You know, just rubbing my stomach and just doing all, like going above and beyond. And I'm like, whoa, like, why am I getting this type of treatment? But she really cared. Then I had the second nurse come in, and she was just like, just trying to hurry up and do everything. I asked her the question. She kind of like snapped at me like, okay, hold on. Like, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And then there was this other, I think it was a doctor that came in, or someone came in and asked me how am I doing. And she was just saying, like, oh, he ain't complaining, he fine, he fine. I'm like, wait a minute, you don't know my body. How do you know I'm fine? It's like, she was just trying to get what she had to get done and get up out of there. And when the other nurse came in, the loving nurse, I felt so much at peace. I felt much happier. And then when the other nurse came in, I just felt down, and I'm like, oh my God, please hurry up and just leave. I don't want you around me. So that's definitely true what you're saying about people who go in it because they really care. And then it's true about the money part. Like you can tell, even as a patient, you can tell.
Yeah, I've been in the medical field for a while, so I can definitely, just knowing that, I know that there's people that goes into there because money wise, and you'll see the difference in people that actually care. The people that actually care goes big and beyond for their people. For when I say your people, I mean the patients and residents and stuff like that. Yeah.
Shout out to all of you right now in the healthcare system that are going above and beyond for your patients and actually care about the public. God bless you, and shout out to you. Now, my next question I have for you: what is your opinion on America healthcare?
That made me laugh. Baby, American health system is screwed up, I'll tell you that. and this is break down so much. Spill it all for everyone watching right now. What makes it so screwed up? Oh, insurances, big time. Insurances companies, they screw up a lot. I would definitely have to say the part of it is the government type of, I would say too. I would say government as well, because they're the lawmakers that make decisions and stuff, especially with Medicare for the elders. So, and I'm gonna go back to the insurance companies. The insurance companies, that's the biggest thing. They tell you, dictate of how you're supposed to run the practice, how you're supposed to do everything. It is so much up to them. I would say, for example, I will give an example for people that hasn't health insurance, right? And there's patients that have copays, don't have copays, either or, it doesn't matter. But let's just say you go to the doctor's office, right? You pay $35 for your copayment, right? To see a doctor, and your insurance covers the rest, right? Usually doctor's offices, let's say primary care doctor, they will charge, or I'm going to use my practice as an example, right? Their follow-up charges are $230, right? And the reason why they do that to the insurance companies, right? They do that because what happens is insurance companies, they don't pay $230 to the doctors, even though you go to the doctors. You can pay $35, the insurance will only pay $80, even though you charge them $230, because you have to, it's a lot, right? I'm breaking it down. Or I'm going to use, for example, I don't know if I can say the insurance company because I don't want anybody to flag me. But yeah, so
it's up to you. I mean,
all right, I'm not going to say that part then.
Okay.
But I would say, for example, for that, right? So they pay $80, you pay $35. That's about, so 80 plus $35 is $115, right? Okay, that's how much they'll say, that's how much the doctors are getting paid, right? Okay, now we can say insurance companies, this is what they do. People don't know. You see, a year from now, they will say that, oh, we paid you too much money, we want refund back. So all that money, that $115 that the doctors then may pay, that you paid the doctor office, they will say, oh, I want that money back. Some of these people don't understand. That's why they charge so much at the doctor's offices, where people are like, oh my goodness, these doctor's offices are being this and that. No, because insurance companies does that. And sometimes insurance companies, they won't authorize, you really need a procedure done, and they would not say give the authorization for you to have that procedure done.
So would you say all this insurance companies out there are just a bunch of scammers, really? You're just saying that, like, they don't care about actual people and their health.
No,
they just care about the money.
Yeah. It's a money game. It's really a money game.
Welcome to America, huh?
It's really a money game when it comes to the insurance companies. They tell you, insurance companies also tell doctors, which you don't understand this, how to dictate their notes. And when I say dictate their notes, it's how they write their notes. You have to have certain things in your notes as well when you're seeing a patient. It's not just like, hey, I saw Mr. Tommy today, blah blah blah. No, you have to have certain things in your notes. They will ask you, like, make sure you have that they have their flu pneumonia shot. Make sure that if they are a smoker or not smoker. There's certain things they'll tell you how to dictate your notes. And people that are that's in the healthcare field too, doctors and stuff, they would say that, yes, they tell them how to do that. They tell them, even surgeons, for example, surgeons, they'll tell surgeons, you can only use this type of material. For example, like you're a back surgeon, you have to do this type of screws inside of the person, or they'll tell you what you can and cannot do. Insurance companies, they're the biggest scammers. They're the biggest scammers out here. Those are just examples.
I'm learning something new. I don't know if you're learning something new, but I definitely have learned something new today.
Yeah.
This is crazy. If you can change one thing about America's healthcare system, what would it be? One thing.
I wish there was free healthcare.
Free healthcare in America.
Free healthcare in America. Yeah.
I agree. That's amazing.
Just like other countries, there's the way about it. America ain't gonna do it because it's a money thing. And that's the thing about America. They love money. So the other countries, the only difference between us and other countries is that the other countries, they take out more taxes out of your paychecks. So for healthcare, America, they're less on that. Like, for example, like I know some other countries, they'll take out 40% of your paycheck, but it is going to go toward that healthcare. America, they're not going to do so much of that because it's a money game in the healthcare. Okay. They don't care about, I'm gonna be honest, these people that come out here, like the insurance companies and other stuff, they don't care. They don't care, and it makes it bad because it looks like us as the healthcare workers say that we don't care. You know, the ones that actually do care, but we're not on the money side of things. But because I've been in the field I see how they operate. So I would definitely have to say that, yes. I wish it was free healthcare for everybody, but America, like I said, it's a money game, money thing. Some people, it's like, if you know, it's between the rich, the middle class. You know, it's all about the money.
How do you feel about people that fly to other countries like Mexico, DR, Colombia to go get surgeries done because it's much cheaper? For example, I know this guy, he said it would cost him about $8 grand, or 8, 9, 10 grand to do surgery for cancer. And he said he flew to Colombia and he got the surgery done for it was about $1,300. So it was like 8 times cheaper than the original price. How do you feel about that? You think more Americans should do that, or you think no, you should only be for America, stay in America, and spend your money on America? How do you feel about that?
I said that depends on your situation. I can't speak for everybody for that situation, because it is cheaper to go other places, but cheaper is not always the best. Some people has literally died because of doing surgeries overseas. For example, BBLs. People will fly to these other countries, Brazil, all of that. You don't do your research, you don't do your homework, you know, and you don't know what these people are doing in these other countries, you know. That's why you have to know of that. And I'm just using BBLs as an example because I definitely have heard of these stories, people going overseas to go do these things, and they don't come back to America. They come back in a body bag. So you have to do your research of who you're going to, make sure the practice that, you know, are they certified. You got to do your homework. You don't do your homework, and that's not just in other countries, that's in America too. You got to make sure that whoever you're going to, whatever surgeon you're going to, they're board certified. Show me your credentials. Google these people up, see what they have, you know. Check out their practice. Is their practice legit? Do you see how if they right instruments, like all of these stuff, take in consideration. Just don't jump and just go, oh yeah, it's cheaper, you know. Even in America here, make sure you do your research, your homework.
You're hearing it from the professional. Make sure you do your homework, because if you go get that surgery and then, you know, they take a kidney from you, well, you know, so make sure you, please, anyone out there that wants to do surgery, whether you're in America, or you're going to Mexico, you're going to Turkey, whatever it is, do your homework, because I don't want to see any of you guys end up in a body bag. God forbid.
And ask the doctor questions. how long you've been board certified, how many surgeries have you done, how all the questions that you have. Has there been a successful rate of how is this? What is the side effects? Do your work, your homework.
Wow. So my next question I have for you, if you can give advice to an inspiring upcoming medical assistant, what would it be? What is something you would tell a young, fresh out of high school, 18-year-old that want to go into the medical assistant career field?
I would say go for it. I would say go for it because it's an eye-opener. It would say that, hey, this is what I want to do, or hey, it's not what I want to do, you know? I would say for somebody that's very young and wants to get into the medical field, it is a great thing to do. Get a certification into it. You can work and you can still go to school. Still go to school and go higher up if that's what you want to do. So I would encourage young male, females that want to go into that field to go into the field, yes.
Remember, it only takes about a year and you can make up to 42 grand. Like that's a lot of money for 1 year. Think about it like this. You're sacrificing 1 year of your life, just 1 year, and you'll be making 40 grand or more for the rest of your life if you stick with it. Just think about that real quick. That sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
Yeah, and I encourage a lot of people to go into these trade schools, that's what they call trade schools, get certifications and things, you know. College ain't for everybody, but if you can go to a college and get certified into something, you know, or go to a trade school and get certified into something, they can make you money, you know. We're gonna need people in these fields.
My next question I have for you is, if you could restart your career, what would you do differently?
To restart my career, I would definitely say this was in God's plans for me. So anyway, how my story ended out, I would have started sooner, started beginning first and work my way up like how I was doing, instead of just jumping, trying to go register a nurse at first. So I would say definitely that. But the way how it played out is the way how it played out.
Right.
Yeah, how my life is. I'm still going toward that goal, you know, but that's how life is. Full of surprises.
That's inspiring. God's plan, right?
Yep.
Last question I have for you. Do you see yourself doing a medical assistant work until retirement, or do you have other plans?
For me, no. I don't see myself staying as a medical assistant just because I want to go higher in life. My ultimate goal is to become better, bigger and better. So no, this is just for me, just a stepping stone for me. I always want to go higher in life. That's just me. You know, other people's that this is what they want to do, this is what they would do for retirement. For me, it's no. I want to go higher in life. Yep. And
that's good. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
So there you have it, people. There you have it. A medical assistant. Let's just give a quick breakdown. 1 year. 1 year of your life. You can get a medical assistant certificate. It's a trade, basically. And then you can go get a job making $42,000, depending on your area, a year. 1 year of your life for 42 grand or more. If she can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. You just have to stay focused. And you already know what I'm gonna say. You have to keep God in your life. You have to. It does, you know, you have to just keep going in life and just be a good person. Like she said, you have to be a good person. You can't just go and do this just for the money. You know, you have to be a good person. You have to love people. You have to change your ways. You can't just be negative and just think you can just walk on this earth in a negative light. You can't do that. There's money to be made out here. There's people that help. It's this world, this beautiful world out here that God has created for all of us to be able to just share and love one another and uplift one another.
Yep.
But I'm going to leave all her social medias down below. So if any of you want to go ahead and follow her and contact her or whatever, I'll leave it in the description down below. So make sure you check the description of this video. Is there anything else that you want to say in this video to anybody?
What I would definitely say, one is keep God first in your life. That's number one. Number two, for the healthcare field, anybody that wants to go into the healthcare field, make sure you have tough skin. I'll give you that, because it ain't for the weak, I'll tell you that. And just be kind and caring for others in this world, even if you're in the medical field or not. Spread positivity into the world. Yes, and make it a good day.
Y'all stay humble out there, stay positive, make sure you stay safe. I love you, God bless, and peace out.
Peace.